everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Bella-the-Actuary, and today I want to discuss a really exciting topic of how to support your female coworkers as an actuary. I think this is a really important topic, especially as young professionals, as we're developing our career skills, our technical skills, and our interpersonal skills, and understanding how we are creating an inclusive space for others. Aww. So in today's video, I'll be talking about and bringing awareness to a couple things that I think are really important, as I've already worked in the actual industry. The first thing is, if your female coworker brings up a great idea, make sure to go out of your way and give her credit for it. This can really go for any coworker that you have, not just female coworkers, but if you have a coworker who brings up a great idea, bring it up and give them specific credit for it when you're talking about the idea to others. For example, if you're in a team and one of your female coworkers brings up a great idea, instead of at the team meeting just saying, "We should do this because blah, blah, blah," you could instead say, "Natalie suggested that we do this because blah, blah, blah." This kind of intentionality might seem really subtle, but it actually makes a really big difference. No matter who you are, it's a really great feeling to know that others have seen your idea and know that you're the one who came up with it and that they can give you appropriate credit. Another thing that I think would be really helpful is to invite your female coworkers into the conversation. Sometimes I think that it can be difficult for some people to realize that others are being excluded from the conversation. So if you're in a team meeting, don't hesitate to ask someone to speak up, to say their name. "Hey, Natalie, do you have any ideas on this?" Instead of just hoping that people will chime in. It can be very intimidating as young professionals, I'm sure, as you all know, but especially as a female young professional, to speak up confidently. So directly asking someone to share their opinion can really help give them a space to share their ideas. The next 2 points I'm going to bring up are more about the physical space, which is really interesting to me because I never thought it had this much of an effect. During meetings especially, be cognizant of your surroundings and how much space you are taking up. More specifically, pay attention to the desk that you're sitting at. After you walk into a conference room, your first instinct might be to lay down all your stuff on the desk, get your computer organized, your papers over here, your calculator over here, your pencils over here, things like that. But I think it's important to be aware of how much space on the table you're taking up. There have been numerous instances where I have been at a table with somebody and they have taken up over half the table, and then I'm left with this little corner of the table and all my stuff to fit there. Having a small space like that and being overcrowded can make one feel really small and actually quite disrespected. Obviously, a good rule of thumb would be to take about 50% of the table. Make sure that your chair is on one half of the table and all your stuff is on one half of the table so that the other person at the table has adequate room for their things as well. Another important tip I have is to make sure that your female coworkers are actually visible during the meetings. What does this mean? This past summer, during my actuarial internship, there were a few instances where my team and I had to join a meeting virtually, but all in the same room. So we were all lined up around a conference table and the camera was over on this side of the room. So all of our chairs were facing the camera like this. But the thing that really frustrated me was that the person who was sitting directly in front of me had their chair turned completely like this, completely parallel, and they were sitting very close to the table, blocking my whole face and body from the camera. The people on the other side of the camera probably didn't even know I was in the meeting because you just could not see me. So please, if you're in a meeting, make sure that your chair is backed away from the table, that you are not blocking anyone's view from the camera, and that you are not taking up too much space. These small things can go a long way in making someone feel a lot more comfortable in the workspace. The last skill that I would recommend you focus on as a young professional is to take on the busy work yourself. Before I go into exactly what I mean by busy work, let me just preface this by saying a lot of times women are given the busy work, and it takes up a lot more of their time and their effort, leaving them with less time to do their actual work. So busy work can include things like sending out a team email, organizing a team social event, scheduling a meeting that fits everybody's schedules. Go ahead and be ambitious yourself. If you know that a meeting needs to get organized, just do it. Don't leave it for somebody else to do. This not only takes the load off of other people's shoulders, but it also shows to your boss, to your supervisor, to your team around you that you are very proactive and that you are a team player. I know that one of my goals as a young professional is to really be aware of how I'm showing up for other people, how I'm being inclusive, and how I can make the workplace better. And I hope that that's one of your goals too. Overall, I think just being more aware of how you're showing up in the work environment and how you're making room for others would go a long way when it comes to making an inclusive space, especially for women as young professionals. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more actuarial related videos. Also, if you would like a shout out in the next video, tell me down below.